Welcome back to Supercoach Masters and another power ranking edition of the forwards. I am Jordy and I'm alongside Matty.
George, are we doing the forwards or are we doing the mids?
We're doing the forwards.
All right, we're doing the forwards. Here we go.
Okay, we're doing the forwards.
George, do you want to give me a stat?
Sure, I'll give you a stat. Do you know that Reece Matheson is more expensive than Taylor Adams?
That's a laughing joke, and I didn't know that. That's
right.
amazing.
Guys, if you're new here, subscribe and like all the returning subscribers. We do these ones for you. So let's get into it. Forwards today, Matty. So,
George, I think you need to start on your forwards.
I'd love to start my forwards. Number 12 and dropping several places is Bolton.
Me too, George.
Yeah, Bolton 12.
Have a look. Bolton's 12.
You see this copy, man.
What do you mean I copied, Joe? I didn't even see you. Look, what are you talking about?
You're a fucking wanker.
Sure, Bolton wasn't. Look, we had top 10 last time and Bolton wasn't in my 12.
So yeah,
clearly,
he's dropped significantly for me, Bolton, only because I've realised a bit of potential with the guys above him. So he's down to 12. I've watched the Richmond intra-club matches. He doesn't look to be getting that many CBAs with Hopper and Taranto there with Prestia. And
to be honest, I'm picking up number 12 because clearly after number 10, there's not many good players to pick at number 12. Like, I would probably think Bolton might be averaging 80 to 82.
All right, what do you got for number 11?
Number 11, I got Goulden.
Ooh.
I got Goulden at number 11. Still think there's a bit more quality above him, especially in the Sydney midfield and the players that can be versatile to go in the midfield. But no, Goulden dropped a little bit for me, but he's still there. But number 11 for me for Goulden. Your number 11?
Goulden. I have number 11. I got Jack Zeeble.
Jack Zeeble
back, revitalised in defence. All reports are that he has been doing some kickouts. I don't think he's been doing the extent of kickouts in his 2021 year when he went ballistic. But he is doing kickouts. He is in the back line, and I think that can get him to, that 500k primo-ish area.
So 500k is about a 90 average. You think he's going to average that or more?
Oh, he can do a bit more.
Yeah, me too. So my number 10.
Oh, you doing? Oh wait, have you done your?
I've done. Yeah, you done.
Oh, it was Golden Goulden.
Yeah, Golden Goulden.
Still
so
shocked
you
about
done.
that.
You done your Zeeble number 11. Now it's my turn for number 10, and that's Jordy's fan favourite, Dylan Moore, number 10. Still burning up the track at Hawthorn. Still making Jordy pretty pissed off because all the reports are good. Jordy, that's my number 10, Dylan Moore.
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it? Why?
Because I don't. Because
I thought it was going to be your number 10.
I got number 10. I got Toby McLean.
Oh, Jordy's got the Toby McLean up forward. Tell me why.
Because he's been getting CBAs with Caleb Daniel and Bailey Smith. They've been getting the most CBAs for an intra-club matches. I surely can't stay like that. Bont and McRae, surely they've been giving all them guys the CBAs, and he was good even when he wasn't getting CBAs on the wing. He, he got 100 points, and he's averaged 90, 95 before. I think he's a good pick. He can average about 92, 93. I think for this year, he's an absolute lock. If he's not in your team and you're a Supercoach Master community person, get him in because we want you to do good.
That's right. Jordy's saying he's going to be a top 10 player. That's almost a keeper.
He could be. Top 10. I mean, I want
Well, he's
top
been
6.
a keeper before.
He has been a keeper before.
Yeah, well, there you go. George, my number 9 is that big busting Dusty Martin. Mm-hmm. Number 9, look, I still think that, I think he's above Goulden, above Bolton. I think, he can win games off his own boot, get some big scores, maybe get some 70s, but also, here and there get 110, 120s. But no, Dusty's my number 9. All due respect, he deserves it for not really seeing what he does, but he has looking good in the track, though.
I got Dylan Moore as my number 9 going
Before
up.
me?
Yes. I don't think he's an absolute... This is completely different because he's, 530 so K. Definitely shouldn't be picked. But I think number 9, he went into the leadership group in the vice captaincy. Should be getting some CBAs, but I do think he'll be played a majority up forward. I still hate that role for him. I don't think he's going to do that good. I don't recommend getting him, but he's going to be, a consistent scorer around the 90s, maybe.
Fair enough. Well, then my number 8 comes down to the Geelong Cameron. Good old Jeremy Cameron. Just love the way he goes up the field, kicks goals, gets more possessions than a normal full forward would, or a half forward, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
So there is a couple of games where he gets 20 plus touches and 3-4 goals. So I still think he's very relevant and solid. Hawkins is a bit injured, I think, but I think he'll be right for round 1.
I think he might miss round 1.
Maybe right for round 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is all reports. But no, that's mine. Number 8 is good old Jezza Cameron. George? No,
8, I got Isaac Heaney. Heaney, great year last year. He was on my never again list until last year when he managed to play full season. Fucking God knows how. Wow. And he's still on my never touch list because he's 5'7" now, and I still can't trust him.
Champ, but another fun stat: did you know Heaney is 3rd most average in the forward line?
I
can't believe it.
He was up there. 5'7" is disgustingly expensive for him.
He's my number 7, and same reasons for Jordy. I think again below that, I think Heaney can probably average, maybe not 100, maybe 95, which is what he's normally used to. Hence why I got him a bit down than the 3rd, but. Hopefully there's some inclusions in the forward line in the new swap roles, midfield times in the forward line, such as the rest that we're going to be talking to you about shortly.
7 is Golden Goulden because he is a young and awesome talent that keeps on improving every single year. I think he might be due for a couple more CBAs. I don't think he's going to be in that main 3 or 4. I do think he'll increase on his average, and he is a 470 or ish K price. I like Golden Goulden and want to consider top 7, down 1 spot from last time.
Well, I got the Zeeble at number 6, Jules. I still think that number 6, very good potential.
6, this is a keeper in lock.
Yeah, pretty much. You'll probably lock him in if that position that he played a couple of years ago is clearly a keeper. If that's the case, he was a keeper when we got him for 200 and something thousand, and if he does the same role, which all reports indicate he will. Why not? Why not? Because 107, if you have a look here, last year, he could potentially be top 2. If Dunkley's averaging 108, Kalingo's averaging 101. If Zeeble replicates that 107 year, then he'll be...
I don't think he's going to replicate 107.
I don't think he'll replicate it, but I think he can average around 100 plus, maybe 101. That's about it. So here's my number 6.
My number 6 coming in strong, wasn't mentioned last time, is Gresham. I like Gresham. He's been getting more CBAs. He's in a contract year. He wants the big bucks, and I think they're going to be playing him more mid with Jack Steele, maybe Sinclair as well in the mix with Brad Crouch. I don't mind Gresham. I think he's a bit of a left field POD.
He's definitely a left field POD.
And he...
always injured.
4'8".
He's 4'8", but always injured. He averaged 87.5, missed 4 games last year, missed a big chunk the year before.
How much did he miss the year before?
Well, he was 300,000. Yeah, he was 300,000 when we could have picked him up last year. Well, look, the hype is good. Gresham's good again. With St Kilda,
contract years. These players want to stay fit and they want to score big.
Oh, of course they do, Sham. You just tell that to Dangerfield when he went over to Geelong. He won a Brownlow that year. Pretty sure. But anyway.
Yeah. So Ridley is going to. Oh wait, no. Mason Redmond is in contract year.
Pedals is going to.
Darcy Parish is in a contract year.
Oh, champ! I got
Tom Green's in a contract.
I got some news about how.
We'll get to that later.
All right, my number 5 is good old Zach Butters. I don't think much changed. I don't think much has changed at all for my top 5, Jules, from last time. What about you?
Zach Butters is my number 5. I think. Obviously not as he's not going to be, if you look at the CBAs for last year, the last half of the year, he didn't really get that many CBAs and he scored well. I think because he kicked multiple goals towards the end of the year in several games, that's what got his scoring up. I don't want to count on that because Zach Butters, he's already got an ankle injury in the preseason. All reports are he's right for round 1. And but yeah, I don't like Zach Butters at all for... to start with him. More expensive than the Rosie, and I think less CBAs is destined for him.
Speaking of Rosie, is my number 4. So number 4, Rosie, obviously, we can all know what the next 3 are going to be. But Rosie, for me, number 4, I think he speaks for himself, especially how he's impressed me in the gym.
So in the intra-club match, it was Wines, Horne-Francis and Rosie in most centre bounces, not with Butters in there. Obviously, he got taken that ankle injury. So I think that's kind of the 3 they're going to try in main, with maybe rotating a couple for Boak and, Butters here and there through there.
Drew.
And, Will Drew, unfortunately. And, so I think Rosie's going to be a good pick. He's number 4.
He's your number 4 too? There you go. All right.
Who's your number 3?
Good old Terence. Good old sexy midfielder Terence. I know that Jordy rates Terence a little bit higher there. Maybe his mind has changed, but Taranto's still for me number 3. He could easily be number 1 if he can hit targets and get 20% more effective balls, but that's yet to be seen across his how many years of footy that he's been playing. But I feel with Richmond he's still going to average 100 plus. I I'll believe this will be his best average year. George, your number 3.
30-year-old Caniglio. I like Caniglio as a player. I think he's obviously going to get more midfield time. He clearly belongs in the midfield. I think the stats show that last year when they experimented with him up forward. He had a couple of good games, kicked a couple of goals. When Leon Cameron left, they played him as a midfielder and he scored pretty good.
Very good.
So, especially you've got a first easy 5 game, I think he's going to be a good
George,
selection.
you're making this very easy for me because whatever Jordy said, he's my number 2. And so, yeah, I don't have to ramble on the same things and repeat ourselves.
Caniglio's number 2 for Matty. And I got Taranto number 2. I just think by far away Taranto, like he's never had more than 50% CBAs at the Giants and he's going to get such an uptake in CBAs, more tackles, more possessions. He is going to be super premium. I'm like outlandish call. I reckon it'll be like over 600 or 580k like next year. So Taranto is an absolute lock for your team. Supercoach masters and fans out there.
Yeah, my number 2 is Knigs. I think he's going to thrive and hopefully stay in the midfield with the limited stocks. I think he wants to impress the new coach. And just
what do you see him averaging this year?
About 100, probably 105 to 110.
105. Okay.
What about you?
Caniglio got him around maybe 100 to 105, maybe around 103 area. A great pick though, great pick.
I think it's a great pick. Well, look, there's not much to choose from in the full line, and if you had to start primos based on that, like you can pick 4 or 5 of them and don't touch your forward line until buy rounds to get you.
I'm going to touch my forward line so much when Max score and gets DPP at round 6.
Well, that's also true too. All right, Jules, and that leaves us.
Dunkley at number 1 and should be in everyone's team, and I will not accept another answer. I'm usually very flexible, and
but Jules, I want to save a bit of money to get Rose and Butters and Dylan Moore in the same team, and I need that extra money. Well, what about that?
Oh, then come into my cash league.
Come into a cash league, and we'll take your
Dunkley is going to be such a great pick. I think people are underestimating how great they pick him and just forget. I'd probably pick Dunkley if he was just in the midfield this year because he's got 58% of CBAs in Western Bulldogs. He's another one that is going to explode in CBAs. Generally doesn't mean big scores, but it will.
He's a good chance to be a vice captain.
That's what I was going to say. I think he's not a bad vice captain option some games. I don't know if Port Adelaide is going to be the ideal situation because they usually like tagging someone. Hopefully it's Neil. But I think Dunkley is going to be such a good pick this year that he's going to be a captain material. Mark my words.
Understood, Jules. He averaged 108, played 22 games. He's in 63% of teams. Last time I think he was around that anyway, but still, why isn't he in the right?
I just like the fact that there's 37% of teams that I'm already above.
Yeah. No, good call, Jules. And that's it. They're
the forwards, guys. Look, obviously, when you get to the below 5 mark, it's really up for debate. I think a lot of smart super coaches would have a similar top 5, maybe in a different order. But yeah, I think when it comes to the last couple, it's a bit hard to pick because there's not really that much value. And
that's why I know what Jordy's saying. It's a bit hard to pick right now to go outside the 5, and that's why it's very safe. It's probably the easiest position in Supercoach to pick this year is the forward line.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, just to refresh my memory, Matty, if you got SCM in your team name for Supercoach Masters and you finish first in our group
league, you get free cash. It's $500.
$500? How much is entry to this?
0.
It's free.
It's just
and what else do they get?
They get a nice, sexy ring. Jules, you going to show that again?
Supercoach ring. Check out this ring, guys.
Check out that
Look
ring.
at that. All
you have to do to get them both is to subscribe and like and prove it. Prove it.
Like the Facebook page. Like the YouTube. Send it over.
Send it over. Jordy will put you on the list. Whoever's not on the list.
It's not going to be a bouncer. Your name's not on the list. You're out.
Yep.
I don't care how good you are. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Love having you. And we'll see you on next time for the midfielders. Who's going to be our top-rated midfielders? Let's find out tomorrow.
Let's do it. Midfielders tomorrow.
Midfielders tomorrow. Let's get some KFC.